To build the jet gun on Liberty Falls, the first thing we're going to do is head on over to a motel across from where you spawn and trigger this little zombie sequence to clear out a specific room. Inside that room is where you're going to eventually craft the jet gun, and it's just nice to open this up now to make things easier since the room is very tight and there's only one way in and out. Now we're going to collect 3 parts, starting with the Groundskeeper. I'd recommend buying your way out of spawn through the right side path up until you get to this 2,000 point door which leads to the church and cemetery. Now there's a lot of confusion regarding this Groundskeeper, but you'll notice here, before even buying into that area, if you pull up your map and take a look in the cemetery, there's a chance you'll be able to see when the Groundskeeper is actually spawned in. If you see his little dot there and you have enough points to open that door, you should be able to run in and kill him before he despawns. Now if you're trying to check in on where he is, or if you've already bought into that area but you haven't seen him yet, I believe all you have to do is flip the round and he'll eventually show up. He'll be dressed a bit differently from the rest of the zombies, and he'll also be labeled accordingly if you have those settings visible. Anyway, once you do kill him, he'll drop a key for you to collect, then make your way over to a shed in the Groundskeeper's yard and interact with the door to open it. Inside will be the jet gun's handbrake on a desk to your right. With that part done, now make your way back down toward the flower shop, which is in the Washington Avenue area. You'll want to go up to this water spigot and interact with it to collect the top valve. With that, you'll then need to head over to the bowling alley on the opposite side of the map and remove the front case of this pressure gauge by either shooting it or with melee. From here, you have to place the water valve and turn it to build pressure. Now this requires you to actively hold your interaction button until that pressure indicator reaches the end. But this is going to spawn a wave of zombies no matter how far into a round you are, so you'll only have a couple of seconds to make progress on this before you'll need to jump off and try to survive. This little challenge can be tricky on solo, but I found that if you kill off each wave as they come, you should have enough time in between to get back on the valve and finish up that progress. This may take a couple of rotations, so just take it easy and try to survive. Keep in mind though, if you leave the bowling alley for too long, or if you go too far, your progress with the pressure will begin to reverse, so I'd recommend just staying there until it's done. Once it finally is done, the water pressure gauge will pop out for you to collect. Now for the last part, you can actually get this in a couple of different ways, but overall, you're going to need a Mangler, which won't spawn in until about round 11. You have to try and get it to blast open the radio store, which is just across the street from Ollie's Comics. You can either shoot his cannon off and use that yourself to open the door, or if you stand at the front of the store and have the Mangler shoot a blast at you, a well-timed jump out of the way will essentially do the same thing. Once inside, you then need to dig up these piles of trash to eventually find the part you're looking for. It's worth noting that you can actually visit a crafting table and buy anything Mangler related to get this done as well, but you do have to be a certain level to unlock those items, and they cost a decent amount of salvage. Anyway, with all 3 parts collected, make your way back to the motel room crafting table and you should now be able to build the jet gun. Now if you get here and it still says additional parts are required, there's a very good chance you collected the Groundskeeper's key but didn't actually unlock the shed to get the handbrake part. So just be sure to double check that if you're having issues. And for those of you who don't know, the jet gun is now an actual viable wonder weapon. The primary fire type is still the same, where it'll pull zombies in and kill them, but the gun now no longer breaks, and its secondary fire type will release a massive explosion that deals incredible damage in a large area of effect. And on top of all that, the jet gun's ammo replenishes just like the paralyzer, so it really has become an incredible weapon.